Friends, the topic which I am going to discuss is physical and chemical change. Before we start this topic, we have to understand what is a change. A change is the law of nature which occurs in everyday life. Now, a substance, that is matter, undergoes a change when energy is either added to it or removed from it. Then only a substance undergoes a kind of change. Now there are basically two types of changes, physical and chemical changes. What are physical changes? Physical changes are like temporary changes, reversible changes, and this changes from one state to another state without its fundamental nature undergoing any change. Fundamental nature means that its composition will remain the same. Now, chemical changes. Chemical changes are basically those type of changes which are permanent, irreversible, and composition is altered. Now, there are now various other types of changes like reversible, irreversible changes, desirable, undesirable changes, periodic, non-periodic changes, fast changes, slow changes. What are reversible changes are basically those type of changes which can be reversed. Irreversible changes are those type of changes which cannot be reversed from one form back to its original form. This word original is very much important. Now, slow changes are basically those changes which occurs in years, months, right? For example, growing a seedling into a tree. Fast changes are those type of changes which occurs very rapidly within seconds. For example, bursting of a firecracker, right? That is why you must have noticed we say that we should be careful while burning bombs and all, right? Because they explode very fast. The change reaction takes within a few seconds only. So we have to be careful. Now, periodic changes are those changes which occurs periodically. For example, change of seasons. Non-periodic changes are those type of changes which occurs non-periodically. For example, change of weather. Desirable changes are either man-made or natural changes which produces good results. For example, making of a glass. Undesirable changes are either man-made or natural which produces bad results. For example, baking of glass, rotting of fruit, floods and all. So here we get to know what are physical and chemical changes. Physical changes are first point number one, temporary, reversible, no new substance, no composition is altered, and mass remains constant. Chemical changes, permanent change, irreversible, change in composition, new substance, and there is a change in mass, but total mass always remains constant. Now, why I have said that now, first of all, see all the points I have discussed, but now I will discuss very two specific points, that is mass. First point is mass. During a physical change, since no matter is either added or removed, so the substance mass remains the same. But in chemical changes, matter is either added or removed, but still the total mass remains constant. Why I'm saying that the total mass remains constant? Because, for example, you have taken a wax candle, burn it. Candle is what is made up of hydrocarbon. Water and carbon dioxide will evaporate. Now there will be a change of mass, but if you will collect those water vapor and carbon dioxide, then the total mass will always remains the same. That is like not practical. It is very much difficult. It actually cannot exist, but this is the law of conservation of energy, right? Now, the second point, the second main point which I will discuss is about heat. Physical changes actually they do not accompany a marked evolution or absorption of heat, but chemical changes always accompany a marked evolution, absorption of heat, and there is also emission of light. That is, while doing any chemical change, light energy will also be released. You can see it right now. There are various types of physical changes. Melting, you must be aware of melting, boiling, Vaporization, condensation, freezing. Melting, solid state to liquid state. Freezing, liquid state to solid state. Vaporization, liquid state to gaseous state. Condensation, what? Very easy, gaseous state to liquid state. Now, there is a chart which you should remember, and it comes even in labeling also. That, for example, that is basically a chart in chemistry which shows the states of matter. Now, examples of some physical changes. For example, melting of wax. Melting of wax. Now see, I have said that if we will like heat the wax. Now see, there is a lot of difference between burning of candle and melting of wax. When we melt wax, it actually we can get it back through solidification. But while burning candle, new products are released. So there's a difference between the two, right? Melting of wax is a physical change, but burning of wax candle is a chemical change. Melting of wax, then there are various types of example: drying of fruit, drying of clothes, ringing of an electric bell, right? Various other examples. Now, let me discuss you some about the practical experiments through which we can get to know that these things are they occur through physical changes. For example, we are having a solution of salt. We have salt is now the original component with which we have taken, right? We have mixed it. We will heat it. Water will evaporate. We can again get back it. Which is this property is what? Reversibility of physical changes. We have the component which we have taken at the starting, we get the same component at the back. Similarly, heating of a platinum wire, we have taken platinum wire, we will heat it. After heat radiation, we will again get back the platinum wire. Now, magnetization. For example, there is an iron nail. We have magnetized it. Iron clinks will attract to it. If we will demagnetize it, iron clinks will fall, and we can again get back that iron nail. Certain examples of chemical changes basically include addition of acids to substances. For example, fermentation, dehydration, respiration, burning. Certain examples of chemical changes like burning of a wax candle, rotting of egg, fermentation, respiration, butter turning rancid, right? Camphor, carbon cycle. These all are examples of chemical changes. Now let me show you with certain experiments. For example, we have taken iron, that is Fe plus H2SO4. When we will combine it, we will get new products, that is FeSO4 iron sulfate plus hydrogen gas. If we will take sulfur will contact with oxygen, it will form sulfur dioxide. Similarly, if we will place iron in the atmosphere, moisture and oxygen will attack on it and it will form hydrated iron trioxide plus. With this chapter is finished. It is a short chapter, but kindly don't think it as a short chapter, because there are various details in this chapter which we will read twice or thrice, so then you can easily able to understand it. So with this chapter is finished. Thank you. Have a nice day.